Welcome to Alpine Paradise. In this series, we'll take a look at Keystone and give you the best tips and tricks to navigate the ski resort like a pro. Let's go. Today, we'll be talking about Dercum Mountain. There are two base areas, the mountain house side and the river run side. We will focus on the river run side first since it's the main base area. There are two options to get out of the base area. The first is a more popular option, which is the river run gondola. The other is the Summit Express, which is a high-speed quad. They both drop you off at the same area at the top of Dercum Mountain at the same place. The Summit Express is the better option, which I would highly recommend over the gondola because the lines are always a lot shorter there. Something to note is that there is a little bridge you would have to cross to get to the Summit Express. Once you get to the top of Dercum Mountain, you probably have already noticed this. Schoolmarm. That is a 3.5-mile green trail from the top of Dercum Mountain that goes all the way to the bottom of it. And there are swarms of people on it. Avoid it at all costs. The reason it gets busy is because all of these blues flow onto and into it, so that is the reason why it gets very busy. If you are a beginner and you want to do something that is more advanced than the bunny hill, I would actually recommend you taking the Outpost gondola and taking Miners down to Quandary and taking Bergman up and lapping 10 Mile. The reason why I would recommend doing this over Schoolmarm is because Schoolmarm is a loads more busy and 10 Mile is a better trail, and also you can get the high alpine feel even if you're not very advanced in skiing. Okay, let's talk about all these blues on Dercum Mountain. Spring Dipper, Flying Dutchman, Frenchman, and Silvermaster are all usually groomed. Crosscut, Jack Whacker, Whipsaw are groomed once in a while. And Hoodoo, Gassy Thompson, and Bachelor are almost never groomed. I would always highly recommend checking the grooming report before you go. Okay, let's talk about Montezuma. Montezuma is usually pretty busy and at peak times can get absolutely swamped. I would almost always recommend skipping Montezuma and go all the way back to the bottom and taking the Summit Express back up. Okay, let's talk about the mountain house side of the mountain. There's a beginner area at the bottom of the mountain, and there is a high-speed 6-pack at a base, which is the Peru Express, which is the primary lift-out base. It will drop you off up here where you can access Schoolmarm or the terrain park or these blacks. This black Richter is usually groomed but is often closed to race training, so you may be forced to go down Go Devil, which is a pretty typical mogul black. If you cannot ski moguls, I would not recommend going over here because you might be forced to go on to Go Devil and ski moguls. Okay, let's talk about their terrain park now. The terrain park has their own dedicated lift, the A51 lift, and it serves all of this terrain for the terrain park. I personally haven't spent very much time in the terrain park, but I've heard that's pretty good. Well, that's about all for Keystone. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. And make sure to see my next episode about Keystone in the description below. Bye-bye.